Yikes. Time to do it again. Hey y'all, it's Ryukin here, and welcome to your weekly dose of reviewing stuff. Aha! Today it is a special day that I want to announce something to y'all in this episode. So introducing my K&F D13 camera bag after 2 years of use. Well, I guess I'm not gonna be reviewing this thing anymore after all because it is particularly broken. You see what happened to it? Well, first of all right here, this was an accident. The zipper broke during the most heavy use of this bag. I don't know when did it happen, but I guess it happened on Sunday. Because, you know, the zip right here where it is actually supposed to be on its own position, right? But this one is just stripped off and it broke the zipper.
Totally broken.
So you see, this is what actually happened to my precious D13 camera bag. Well, I should have used it for a bit long, but maybe it is still in my memories after all, because I actually used this bag right here to hack my camcorder inside. In the after all, this was worth the 2 years of use. But instead of something that is particularly broken, and now it is time for something that is particularly new. So what are you waiting for? Let's get this episode started. And here is my new camera backpack that is not just an ordinary camera bag, but it is a camera backpack. Well, it's kind of like when my Lenovo and my K&F D13 being merged into one and to create this combination right here. And well, of course, this is a complete different brand from what I used to own. And the one that I have right here, the K&F D13 that I've showed you in the area, the zipper broke, and well, it's not used to me anymore because I don't know how to fix it, and I'm probably going to keep it as some audio bags or some, you know, the prop, you know, that is going to be sitting there rotting in the sunlight or over time. So I don't know what to describe it. And this camera backpack right here, after 1 week of use, so how was the use of this bag right here after 1 week? So we will get into that later. And before we get into that, so I'm going to introduce to y'all to something about this bag right here. So, and first of all, this is a K&F Concept 25L camera backpack. And as the name suggests, it's a K&F Concept that it has a 25 liters of capacity. And of course, for 25 liter capacity right here for this such a camera backpack here, it's quite suitable for my need. Like if I wanted to put some of the stuff in here, or I can even put my entire rig without my camcorder in, sunk into this camera backpack right here. And it can even put one book inside of this too, which we will get to that later of where I actually going to put these books in. And of course, it's actually this size right here. It's not suitable for bigger size or anything larger than that. It will be actually placed in the laptop compartment anyways. So we will get into that in a later. And before we get to any showcasing about the K&F 25 liter camera backpack right here. So, and first of all right here, I'm going to talk about what the things that I got within this backpack right here. And first of all, the first thing first that I got within the camera backpack right here, it is a tips card. This paperwork right here is basically just showing you off how to functions and use the backpack right here properly, especially when it comes to using the so-called dividers or the carry partition according to this instruction manual right here. I mean this paperwork. So you can see that the way and the proper way that you have to set up your own carry partitions in there. And of course you can see that here is the unintended way for setting up, and this one is an intended way. And we also got the showcasing of the chest strap adjustment right here. And of course there is actually this right here where you can actually just adjust it according to your size of your chest or whatever you want. And of course we'll get into that later on again. So this is nothing much apart from it's just one of those paperwork that I got within this backpack. And we also got this user manual right here. You can see that is vertical instead of horizontal. We also got the product list, which I will going to cover everything up right here in this user manual right here anyways, because this is going to waste time. So first of all right here, we got the backpack itself according to the product list that is actually listed here. And we also got the middle divider, which is basically the one that is actually divides the back, top, and the bottom. We also got some straight dividers, some L dividers. We got a rain shield, which we'll get to that in a later. And we also got two straps for holding up your telescopic lens. And otherwise, the size, blah 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 blah, 30, 22, 45 centimeters. And the capacity right here, it is 25 liters, as the name suggests. And of course, it's made of nylon fabric, and the lining is made of polyester fiber. So maybe it actually waterproof, or even if they actually give you a rain shield for this. But I don't know if this backpack right here can't even waterproof on its own. It still needs some help. And otherwise, this is where everything right here can be organized according to this manual right here. So you can see that here is the different configuration ways that you can actually organize this carry backpack right here, as you can see here. And otherwise right here is just some nonsense stuff like the specs. They even said it's waterproof. Holy moly, look at that. And the laptop size right here that it can fit is up to 16 inches, which is actually true. And even my 15.6 B Max MacBook right here can't even fit in this. But even though the size right here is might be smaller than the entire compartment right here, which is actually meant to make for 16-inch laptop or something, as this suggests right here. And the weight right here is 1.5 kilograms, and it is made in China. No doubts on that. Alright, so and on the back right here, there is nothing much but some QR code and the address for the factory themselves. I don't know, but I will not get into that because this will actually going to be doxing. Manual and the paperwork gone, and now it is time for taking a look at the functions and everything right here in this camera backpack. And first of all right here on the front, yep, this is what you would actually going to expect from many YouTubers, that they actually have to review this kind of stuff right here. So, and first of all right here on the front, we got this compartment right here where you can store your everyday things with it. And the good thing about this compartment right here is that it actually opens up like this. So you see, it actually opens up like this. And of course, there is no actually flopping down like what it used to be. And well, of course, here's what it looks like right here. I only installed a few things with it though, like the manuals for the wireless microphones, which I actually put it in there for some reason, I don't know why. And I also got this simplified manual right here that I made for myself. And we also got something right here that it fits inside this component just fine, like this backup SD cards, which it also includes the card reader and some couple of SD cards inside. And this right here can store even some of the other stuff right here, like the, what it is, a brush, the lens cleaning pen, and the liquid right here for cleaning up the lens and including the screens. So, and otherwise, this is actually where everything right here, like this, all the small things that is need to be stored on this front compartment right here. And guess what? This right here, it has some cons. So first of all right here, some cons about this front compartment right here is that whenever you have your valuable data or your value stuff inside this compartment right here, it is not the best to put anything that is valuable on this front pouch, because you know the thieves can, you know, open up like this quite quietly and stick into what's actually inside and just rob it for no reason. So, and the best thing that it had to do right here is just to put your any valuable stuff or your any valuable data inside of the camera backpack itself instead, because you know this right here is been a really easy spot for the thieves to come in and creep in and steal your stuff or something like that, which I'm gonna be foreshadowing of what I'm going to talk about next about this camera backpack right here. So, and you got the front compartment right here, which it has a hard shell right here, which is really nice. So according to the product information right here about this thing right here, aside from having a user manual, they also claims that it has an impact proof, which I don't know if it's actually any true or not. So, but of course, I just don't want my beloved stuff to get on impact, or else I will be pissed. Alright, so and apart from the front compartment right here, we also got the compartment right here where it access both the camera and the laptop. So first off, about the laptop compartment. So this is the compartment right here where you can store your 16-inch laptop, or in my case, a 15.6 inches laptop, which my B-Max right here fit inside this compartment right here just fine. And of course, you can see that just how wide it is. It's quite wide and deep. And we also got this right here, a so-called place where I can just put in my camcorder in there and just look through it like I'm watching my precious birds in the nest. And I only store my camcorder in and my other compact camera in. And of course, I did put some couple of stuff right here, like the paperwork and even my reminders that is actually inside there, which, oh, it's right there. So it's basically my reminder about my camcorder though. Alright, so as we all know that my camcorder right here has a name, so I'm not going to spoil it, but until you will see this. The top part gone, and what about the bottom part? The bottom part right here, we got this right here where you can get your direct access to your cameras. You open that up, it opens up like that, and you can see that here's why I actually organize it. And I even put some of the scrap dividers right here that I got from my D13 camera bag right here in too. And this right here, it turns out that it can actually act as a door. So let me open it up right here. And inside of those two dividers right here that it acts like a doors, we see the place right here where I put my headphones and my other stuff right here in this part of the section. And we also got this silica gel right here, which they actually include in the bag, but I don't know why I didn't actually get this thing out. So, but probably I was just going to leave it inside this plastic bag anyways, because they are silica gel and nothing in here otherwise. And here's the middle divider that I was talking about. So this actually divides the top part and the bottom part from each other. So in case if you don't want to mix the top part and the bottom part all together, so they actually kindly enough to include the middle divider right here for dividing the top part and the bottom part. And inside of this hard shell right here, we also got the place right here where you can put your other accessory into it, like the charger brick, and you can even put the entire compact camera charger in here too. So you see, and of course there's like some other component parts right here where I can just store the audio cables or the cables for the SSD, like the one you can see right here from my SSD. You can see that that's basically a Type C to Type C. And this part right here is what I'm gonna be talking about when putting books inside. So here's an example right here of the one book that it can actually fit on this. So first of all right here, if you have like the certain size of this book right here that you want to fit inside of this camera bag, you can actually do, but you can see that it actually fits right on there just fine. So you see, as what the product information claims, that it can't even put a book inside of this front pouch right here behind the hard shell. So, and of course you have to be careful enough, because you know the size and the weight and the height of the book right here, it may vary depending on that one book. And of course this one right here is basically the one of those English books for Thais actually. So, but of course they actually got it from some convention out there, but that's not the point anyways. So that is only used for demonstrational purposes for this bag. Otherwise, you also got two of the bag right here where you can store your SD cards in, which it actually does keep the really good capacity out of it. So you can see you got two slots for your SD cards to leave in, and of course they're actually fine, the SD card, or otherwise it would end up snap off tomorrow. So, but no one can tell. And this right here, it doesn't have the tab like on the front part right here. So let me close the hard shell. Alright, the hard shell gone, and what about the sides of the bag? This right here are the parts where the thieves can store your stuff easily. And unlike on the front pouch right here, which the thieves can be having like, you know, just quietly zip it out and steal all your stuff inside. So, but it is not best to put your valuable stuff on the side pouches and on the top part of the compartment, or else we end up wearing your carry backpack on the front like this to prevent from someone to steal your stuff. And especially when you are in the train station, or especially when you are waiting for the bus, or even when you're going out for school or something like that, or else the thieves will be like something like that. And alright, so we got two side pouches for the camera backpack, and this side right here, it is where I keep the rainproof bag right here. And this I actually used it already because, you know, on that day, like the last Friday, I actually used this waterproof thing right here, which it actually basically just covers the entire backpack right here to prevent the moisture and to prevent from the rain being hit on the back so much that the camera would fail today or tomorrow. So, but of course, this right here really helps. So, especially when in the rain. Close that. And what about the other side right here is where I can actually store my other stuff in here. And you can see that this is basically the divider right here, which thieves are even interested in these things. So that's why they don't even want to rob these things after all. And that's basically it for taking a look at around the K&F Concept 25L right here. And otherwise, you got this handle right here, which is kind of unreliable to use, but this part is so thin. But unlike on my Lenovo backpack right here, which they have like a really thick one, and this one is like, it's like it could snap off at any time. And this right here is where you can put your backpack right here on adventure, and this right here is where it clips onto your chest like this when you're going out for an adventure, or when you're going out for a long walk in Bangkok or something like that. Okay, so I forgot to mention something about the K&F Concept camera bag right here. Is that so when it comes to placing down on the table or on the floor or whatever, you can see that the camera bag right here doesn't tilt on its own because it actually stays secure even at this shape right here. And unlike the typical backpacks that they were usually not made for cameras, like it's made for something else, like the laptop or some books or whatever, they weren't designed for cameras. So that's why the most of the typical backpacks, they would just flop down over, like, you know, you have to put it on the wall or put it on somewhere else that it makes it secure. And unlike all of these camera bags right here, that is actually stand still and not tip over like the normal typical camera backpacks out there. And this one right here, I also forgot to mention that there's a tripod socket on the bottom. So you see, that is the place where you can add your own tripod at the bottom. But for my case right here, I didn't mention it because, you know, this right here would overload the backpack, and there's like a chance of this little Farbic right here is going to fall off. So, but it doesn't really matter anyways, because this is basically where you can just put your tripod in, and that's it. In case if you can't even put the tripod inside of the backpack itself, so you can just have it on the bottom of the backpack. And this is going to be basically for around the product right here of the K&F Concept. And alright, so let's get right into the showcasing the product real quick. So let me adjust the camera right here to show to you the better idea of what I would look like when I use this camera backpack. And first of all right here, I don't know if y'all can see me better here at this angle, so this will give you y'all an idea. Alright, so and for when I worn this camera backpack right here all around, and well, here's what it looks like. So let me alright, so and when this camera backpack worn right here, here's what it looks like. Well, you see, so you see this camera backpack right here, it actually, just like I said, is basically a combination of my Lenovo and my K&F D30 camera bag being merged into one together. And this, it kind of gives me a feeling of that. And when it comes to using this backpack right here for storing my laptop and my camera all together, and this right here would actually reduce the capacity of having two bags at a time, one for the laptop and the one for the camera. And well, of course, this right here, it solves my problem very well. And of course, even though this right here, it might look like a black back hump to you, and well, of course, this is actually what the camera backpacks right here are look in a typical way. And well, of course, they actually even give me this chest strap right here where you can actually just clip onto your chest like this to prevent from you exhausting and you put the bag out somewhere else and get lost. So this backpack right here is also great for going on adventures, and can even go out for a long walk in Bangkok or some other parts of the cities. And well, this thing right here, it can also be used for hiking too, but I don't know where they actually put like something about the hiking accessories, which I'm not even sure what it is. So I mean, there's like a hook that you can actually climb up with your friends or something like that. So this camera backpack right here is quite an adventurous type to me. So but what do you guys think? So, and you can see that the feeling right here, I'm gonna say it's more like a confident camera bag that I ever wear and I ever used. And of course, it's also suitable for my needs when it comes to keeping my camera safe and keeping my other accessories safe, like my microphones, my phone, and all of that stuff. And well, of course, it really depends on what I actually carry, or otherwise it would overload the bag and the straps are going to be like I'm gonna die and falls off, something like that. So do not overload the bags, or else you might end up getting a worn out use of your new camera backpack. And this right here, just like I said, is unreliable, and I would not recommend y'all to have this right here on the top, because you know the top handle right here is only made when you are in a real hurry or something like that. And I forgot to mention about something right here. So we also got this strap right here where you can attach to your travel backpack or your travel, you know, a travel bag, you know, that is actually can be clipped onto. So for, you know, more safe reasons or whatever it is. And what about the conclusions about this thing right here? So first of all, this camera backpack right here, for what I've been experienced using it for a 1 week of use right here. So I'm gonna say it is really good. You know, it is actually really good and actually gives me more confidence than what it was before, that I had to carry 2 bags at the time. And this right here can actually reduce the amount of the stuff right here that I'm gonna be carrying around. And this excludes my drawing book, because my drawing book can't even fit inside of this camera backpack right here, or else I would need a larger one to do that. And this right here, it might be my great start for me to have my first ever camera backpack, which since I never owned one in my life. And this right here is kind of like the biggest starter pack for myself, you know, to have this kind of a big camera backpack right here. And to be fair, this camera backpack right here, I've been having this after 1 week of use, and of course I really enjoy using this camera backpack so much. But despite a little bit of criticism right here, of course, what about that? You know, the little criticism that I'm going to be talking about here. So the little bit of the criticism about this camera backpack right here is that the side pouches aren't suitable for keeping your valuable stuff in, because this right here, the thieves can see that really easily, and they can actually sneak in and steal your stuff, like an alternate stealing your stuff. And it's going to be like just gone. That's the only a little bit of criticism right here, but otherwise everything right here about this camera backpack right here is still good after all, because in case it may vary depend on what I'm going to be keeping the side pouches, the front compartment, or inside the front compartment, or the laptop place, or inside of the backpack itself, which the most safe spots to keep your stuff in is only through the inside of this backpack right here, where the thieves can't even see it of what you're carrying, or else they actually might going to look for the side pouches anyways. So, but that's the danger, because you know, when your valuable data got stolen, you can't even have have your new one anymore, because otherwise if you want to create a new one, it would create a lot of effort to put onto your work or anything like that. I'm gonna say this is my disclaimer right here. Watch out for the thieves, especially during you are waiting at a train station, or you're in a train, or you're waiting for the bus, you're going to school. Just look out for that, or else you might going to end up getting stolen by them. Or for the brass right here, I would probably going to do this because, you know, this is the safest way that I can keep all my valuable stuff in. The thieves can't even actually steal your stuff because the bag is already in the front and you can see everything through it. And that's actually it for when it comes to using this backpack right here in the crowd of people. And yep, so that's basically it for my showcasing the product and my conclusions. And well, of course, that's going to be basically it for my 1 week review of the K&F Concept 25L camera backpack right here. Alright, so and if you want to look for some alternate options aside from having a K&F Concept right here, so there's a ton out there that you can look at. Well, of course, these things right here may vary on the price and may vary on the currency of your country. But in Thailand, I got this thing right here for like 2004 Thailand bahts. I actually remember the exact price of this thing right here when I got it. And of course, the price for this thing right here, even though it is actually reasonable for this price to have this good quality of the camera backpack right here, to include the rainproof cover for this backpack. And there are tons of alternate options out there, including from the same brand too. So, and if you already look for this thing already, you're welcome. So I'm not forcing y'all into hard selling or into buying this thing for y'all, because, you know, I'm not sponsored. I only bought it just for myself and my camcorder too. So at this supply, I have some custom stuff right here, like the keychain and my customized text keychain there. So you see that. And alright, so and I think this is going to be basically it for this video. And again, if you have any alternate options out there, that's okay. Or if you already look for this bag already, you're welcome. So I'm not forcing y'all into buying this thing or hard sell. And that's going to be basically for this video. And if you do like this nonsense stuff like this, or you want to see me play Minecraft, or you want to see me blog around the world, so please leave me a like, comment แล้วก็ที่สำคัญมากเลยนั่นก็คือการกดปุ่ม subscribe สีแดงให้ผมด้วยแล้วก็มันจะเป็นกำลังใจให้กับผมในการทำคลิปต่อๆไปในอนาคตด้วยครับ and the last thing that I want to talk about before I go ขอบคุณท่านผู้ชมมากด้วยนะครับที่มาติดตามผมมากนะครับ and this is my first time ever that I stand up during the recording, because just to showcase this bag. Maybe this is going to be the first video ever that I stand up during the recording, or maybe I actually stand up during the recording, especially in the vlogs. But that's not the case anyways. And alright, so I think this is going to be basically for this video now, and I will see y'all there all around, where I'm going to make more awesome quality content like this, and including traveling with this camera backpack right here. And of course, I did actually really enjoy using this for a whole week, which I really like, and I really love this backpack very much, and especially when it comes to using to store my stuff in, including my lovely camcorder. And that's going to be basically for this video. And again, thanks to y'all for watching. Oops. Anyways, bye bye. สวัสดีครับ